What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at FUT Birthday Chan. He has had a whopping 6+ on his overall, and he's gone from a 3-star, 4-star, all the way up to a 5-star, 4-star. So very, very nice indeed. We have got leadership, flair as the two traits that we possess with him. Obviously the pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, defending and physical have all had a lovely upgrade, going +6 on his pace and shooting, 7 on his dribbling and passing, 5 defending and 4 physical. So straight off the bat, I'm looking at this card and thinking very well rounded. Now what does he need? Well, it depends on what you need him for. If you're looking for that kind of like box to box, you're looking for that kind of, I don't know, more of agility sort of player, you're going to be looking at something that needs a bit of pace because the acceleration a little bit lower. I'm surprised they didn't upgrade that a lot more, because on his base it is technically, let's have a quick look on FUTBin, 66, so it's gone up by +5. I just don't know if that's enough for me. I feel like that is the biggest letdown of the card. And obviously his base card did have considerable less acceleration compared to the sprint speed. But I feel like that could have been something they could have really upgraded to make this card that wee bit better. Overall though, if we're looking throughout the stats, shooting wise, it's decent for a CDM. I'm quite happy with him. Passing wise, good short and long, very nice there. Vision's good. Crossing, you disregard. Curve, it's good. And then we move on to the dribbling side of him. 80 agility, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but again, he's going to be more of a kind of defensive player more than anything. Balance, 82, it's about bang average, and then the rest of them at a high level. They're above average. In terms of defending, all of them look fantastic already. Obviously, if you did whack a shadow on him, he would be a 93 DM with 90 pace and 96 defending. Pretty much most of them, bar from head and accuracy and defensive awareness, maxed out at 99. And then obviously his physicality is very nice indeed. And it does replicate kind of how the card looks in the gold version. Obviously, your pace wise at 74, 83 defending, but then 87 physical. So the kind of dynamic of the card hasn't changed. Obviously, the 5-star skills is always a nice bonus. Again, for a DM, I don't necessarily need 5-star. Obviously, it's always a bonus. Like I say, I'm never going to disregard it. But for me, it's mainly all about the passing and moving and then just getting the tackle. I'm not really standing there going for the roulettes and all of that stuff unless you're pushing him forward. But overall, let's jump into it and see what Chan can do. Chan with the interception, knocks it away enough, and we managed to kind of see it out beautifully and go on the counter. Makalele's going to run forward, not necessarily the striker in this scenario, so he is going to struggle to go forward. Into Chan. Oh, maybe not. Into Chan now. See what we can do. A little 1-2. He has had such a nice upgrade, honestly. It's the Bundesliga is looking like a very good special team at the moment. Offside, inside. So far, so good. Good passing is what I like to see. And what can we find? Looking for that Figo run. It's a solid ball. Great weight on it and everything. Oh, defender does know that. Finds it back in. Get the driven ball across, and it's just whispered past Sterling's foot. The only thing I think Chan may actually not be amazing for is the fact that if his price doesn't drop below 400, I do need to check the price of obviously all of the other specials in the German league. But if you do look at the Bundesliga, obviously there is a lot of specials, and a lot of specials recently as well, crossbar. So if you have already got them, obviously we've had a lot of party bags. Good interception, good pass out. But if we do look at obviously all of the party bags we've had, and obviously then the chances of getting a German centre mid, cam, DM, you're not necessarily going to need him, and the 5-star skills isn't really going to help him too much. Back into Chan, back across, Figo, we're getting a block. Back into Chan, no, we're going to be red completely with Cam and Vinga there. Back into Chan now again, it's gone the other way. Finds a direct ball into Cantona. Back into Figo. Oh, and again, the keeper's going to do an absolute madness as Chan chases down that ball again. Obviously, the acceleration side of him isn't great. That is going to be the one thing that really sets this card apart, and I don't understand why they didn't just give it like a good 10 upgrade. I'm not saying make it like 80, 90, but at least give it some weight in this card. Into Chan. What can we find with him in this game? Honestly, pushing forward, very nice. I'm actually very impressed with him so far. There is Oh, beautiful. Gets it off him. The only problem I've got at the moment is literally the fact that there is a lot of Bundesliga centre mids. Obviously, if you did flashback Witsel, a little bit a while ago now, and maybe a little bit outdated. I know I'm not directly comparing them. It's more the amount that we've got, that maybe you've already spent your 100 and something K and don't really want to go and pick up another centre mid for the Bundesliga. So for me, you've got that. You've got Goretzka. Obviously, Zachariah has his road to the final. There is a lot of cards, and we will have a look and delve into them. So it is just literally, do you need the skill moves, or are you fancying just somebody with a weak foot or something? Chan getting the interception and nearly letting Cantona get in there into Chan again. Seems a very, very good playmaker of the ball as well. It's the one thing that I do like, especially in my DMs, that's got to be a penalty, is somebody who can actually give you something, give you an attack. Chan with the interception and rolling it forward. Find that ball. I've hit it way too hard for that one. So going into the overall for Chan then. The first things first, 400k, it's not a bad price for him. The problem I've got is, like literally I was saying in the start of this, you've got Kimmich, so fair enough, 96 coming in at 1.4. Bit of a price range, so we disregard him. We look at the 92 CDM, again, different roles, different position, kind of in terms of what he is. He is more of a literal DM. Chan can be played as more of kind of like a CM box to box, if anything, but he's coming in at less than 400. We got his 91 that's coming in at just over 250. Again, not much difference between the two. We've got Reina, who's the cam. We kind of disregard the cams. Obviously a 90 Kimmich if you wanted. You've got Goretzka coming in just over 400. And obviously the chance to go up again in his headliner. You've then got any other CMs. You've got Sabitzer coming in at 504. Oh yeah, that was the SBC. You got this guy. Beautiful. Obviously, stat-wise, a little bit different, but still does the same sort of job. Guendouzi is a CDM if you did get him in the objectives. And then obviously Zachariah, who is an absolute beast. But I think Mönchengladbach are out, I want to say. But enough of that. Let's have a look at Chan in his overall then. So obviously the 5-star, 4-star, decent, very, very nice. He obviously has gone from a 3-star, 4-star to a 5-star, 4-star. Don't understand why they didn't go like a 4-star, 5-star with a weak foot as more of a DM kind of character, especially if you're going to be whacking a shadow. I would have liked more of a weak foot than a skill move. A 4-star skill move would have been absolutely sufficient with a DM, because that's realistically where he's going to play. I like a CM, but whether he's got that in him, I don't know. I feel like he is better as a DM. Like, yes, you can play him as a box-to-box, but I like Goretzka for that. That's like a very, very nice card, because realistically, the agility balance kind of him is not necessarily the most agile, and I do like my box-to-boxes to be able to turn, not like massively quickly, but relatively. In terms of kind of defensively, solid, absolutely solid. His passing is exquisite. Obviously, we did see the 91 and 90 short and long. Absolutely fine with that. And then obviously the vision, good. In terms of like just general physicality, he's always been a very, very good player there. We do look at kind of like his base. We can see the same sort of pattern. Pace is quite, it's up there, but again, the acceleration's just awful. Defending's decent, and then the physicality is incredible as well. So it does follow that sort of pattern we can see. Again, acceleration being the massive, massive negative on this one, and then obviously the defense good and the physicality incredible. So overall for him, I'm going to give him an 8.7 out of 10. I do think he's a good card. I just think there's a couple of things that let him down. Obviously the acceleration being one, does turn a little bit slower than your average box to box. As a DM, not as bad, because you kind of stand off and you go for them tackles, which is a big positive for him. And then obviously just overall ability in terms of cost. You have got players out there that can do just the job. Obviously, if you look away from the Bundesliga, you can see a hell of a lot more. But even in the Bundesliga, if you're going to put him as a DM, we got Guendouzi for absolute free, just doing the objective. We've had multiple SBCs and multiple players come out in form, specials, golds, all incredible players that you can use. But overall, not a bad card. I just think that he could give a little bit more on that acceleration. That for me is the biggest negative from this card. But overall, if you did enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe. See you for the next one. Peace.